my friends organized this by ourselves. We weren't a part of any organization. No adults helped us. We put this together ourselves. The youth did this. Montgomery County is a very diverse community. It's a melting pot of different types of people. Montgomery County has one of the highest earning rates of minorities across the country. I mean, myself personally, and I know a lot of my friends, I've never experienced racism heads up. I would say that for African Americans in Montgomery County, if they experience racism, it's more subtle and it's more covered up as compared to inner city DC or any inner city like Minneapolis.
For being our advocates and supporting us throughout this process.
The 400-year arc of racial oppression in this country does not start.
It's an extremely big success. I expected maybe 100 to 500 people to come out, but 3,000 people ended up marching with us. And I would have never expected something like this to happen.
Part of the problem, and I was asked by our young people to be part of the solution, and thank you for that.
I've noticed from a lot of just people of color in general, especially my Asian friends, who have been truly touched by this movement and spoken out with me and said that they support it and that they're standing right with African Americans. I know that there's been a big camaraderie among Asian Americans, Chinese Americans, in Montgomery County especially. I've noticed that they're right there with us.
I'm here for freedom and for peace and for justice.
Cared about it intensely. It was a catalyzing moment for me. There have been a string of Black deaths, but this was the death that tipped me over to shifting my focus from Asian American activism into the broader Black struggle.
I'm seeing more and more Chinese and Asian Americans waking up, realizing that you can, live in white neighborhoods, you can go to fancy schools and get fancy degrees and fancy jobs. All it takes is one virus for you to be reminded that you are not quite American as you thought you are, right? So this is a wake-up call. The pandemic is a wake-up call. This national outrage over George Floyd's death is a wake-up call.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
In the crowd, I've been very pleased to see a very diverse crowd, including several Asian Americans, particularly youth, but also I've been seeing adults as well. So that is very heartening, and I've also heard in the community there's been expressions of support and concern.
When people wear glasses and masks, you can't really tell who's Asian or not, but I saw quite a few and I was very impressed. As I said, as new communities and new Americans, it's our job to learn the history and the culture and the context and the struggles of this country.
To everyone, I ask you, will you join us in these demands? Will you join us in these demands?
Right now, my focus is on starting a conversation between the police and the youth and the people of Montgomery County and the people of Maryland.
We also demand that the Montgomery County Council and County Executive Mark Elrick institute real changes.
Without their sacrifices, without their battles fought, we would not be so successful as new Americans. We enjoy a lot of opportunities because of other minority Americans' battles, especially Black American sacrifices.
So I would say number one, Asian Americans is to show up and be present and show solidarity. And number two is to be involved in civic activities, to vote especially, and to build coalitions. And number three is to read about the history in the United States, about the formation of race and race relations.